How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to my house. 1 year ago, or a year and a bit ago, I bought a relatively ratty Mazda MX-5 from 1997, and the idea with doing it was just to turn it into a track-focused road car that I kind of enjoy on my own, but also enjoy just going out on track and like take on nice tours and drive around with people and basically just have fun in. And it was quite ratty. The paint was pretty poor on it. It had a bit of rust in places, and over the space of this year we've done a whole bunch of mods to it to make it drive better, handle better, and all that good kind of stuff. And as you can probably just about catch a glimpse of outside, I'm just going to keep it hidden for you for a little while longer. I have very recently done my first simply aesthetic modification to this car. One thing that finally has just made the whole car look entirely different, and I'm very happy about it. But it wasn't easy to do, and it wasn't cheap either. So yes, you've seen the title, the car has been fully resprayed. In today's video, I'm gonna go and get myself some washing equipment for the car because the car's a little bit dirty at the moment, despite having just been done. It's been raining loads recently, and I finally got a bit of sun to go out and record a video, which is good. I also need to put the rear wing back on. I then need to sort of wash and shine the car, etc. And then finally I can unveil this stunning new paint to you. I am so gassed, it's crazy. And remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. And without further ado, let's go get in the car, drive to Tesco, other places are available, and get into this video. So as I mentioned, the rear wing currently isn't on the car. Right here, in fact, inside the car. You might just be able to see that come into shot there. So yeah, no rear wing on the car. Don't even know if you can see my face right now because this camera loves to blur out my existence. But we're gonna drive down to Tesco's quickly, get myself some stuff to clean this car, so I've got to reveal it properly to you guys, don't I? So yesterday, when I wanted to record this video, it was absolutely belting it down, and the weather said it was gonna be belting it down today as well. So I was slightly worried that I wasn't going to get a chance to record this weekend, even though I promised that this video would be out on Tuesday. So yeah, I'm glad at least that we've got some great weather. I'm in my sunglasses. It's cold, but sunny, so at least we've got weather for it. By the way, I'm British, so I have to talk about the weather in videos, just how it works. But yeah, so this is a much longer story than it really should have been. So my dad is a car mechanic, as you probably know by now if you've been watching the channel for a while, and he has a good friend who recently moved away from the area because he had some personal stuff to move away and moved out to Luton. But he used to do car repairs in terms of like body work, and then he also used to do some paint work as well. And so he was quite good as a car painter. He promised basically that he would re-spray my car for me, which was very kind of him. Obviously I said I had to pay him. I'll get onto prices and stuff later on in the video. But yeah, so about maybe 2 months ago now, 2 and a bit months ago, I handed my car over to him in Luton, where he does his business, and yeah, he started painting the car. I reckon we'll get a drift here, maybe. The car is so planted, it's crazy. It just wants to hold its position. Bow! It's so good, man. By the way, I'm under the speed limit. It's a 70 mile per hour road here, so we're not doing anything silly. But yes, so obviously he had the car for a bit, he painted it up, it was all looking very good. I then went to collect it from him about maybe, I'd say 3 or 4 weeks later. We looked at the car, it looked really cool, but it was at night time, so it was quite hard to look at the car properly. When I got it home and then looked at it the day afterwards, you could see that there was some very clear sort of dandruffy style spots where the paint had reacted or something had gotten into the paint during the process, and everything had gone kind of a rogue white colour alongside the green. And so obviously with the money that I'd spent, I didn't really want to have a car that had dandruff or spots in the way that it did. So I knew that it was time to basically tell him and say, look mate, like, it's really good. Like the paint was looking very deep and very cool, but I really liked the paintwork where it was painted, but where these white spots were, I didn't want my car to have these spots. I wanted to be proud of it, etc, etc. So we gave it back to him. He completely understood. I didn't have to pay any more money. He just took it back and spent another sort of 3 weeks or so repainting it. And I just went to collect it a little while ago, and I haven't had a chance to go and sort it out, I suppose, and get it painted up and make it looking good. And I haven't had the weather for it, but now here we are, 2 months later, rather than it being 4 weeks or 1 month later. with a fully painted Mazda MX-5 from 1997 in British racing green. It looks so good, and I can't wait to show you in this video, but I need to waffle on because it's part of my process. I have to waffle, I have to talk too much and get you guys really bored so that you skip all of this section to where the car is. But this is all for me as well. Like it's all just enjoyable, isn't it? It's all just fun and games, and I'm just happy that my car looks like this. Like it looks completely different. Oh, and it's worth noting, by the way, he didn't just do the paint work, he also did some of the rust repair. So the rear arches had some bubbling rust going around them, which is now completely fixed, and a couple other spots as well, dents that have been sort of tapped out and put back into being straight. So the car looks so much newer than it ever should, considering this is a 23-year-old car. I'm 25 years old. This car is only 2 years younger than me, and it looks fresh. It looks fresh. So yes, a massive thank you to Arun for sorting the car out and for being a great sport with it, not being right the first time. He knows when a job's not done well, and he knows when it is done well, and this time it is done much better. So I'm really happy with the end result, and I'm sure he is too. Sorry if you can't hear me, I'm trying to reverse park into a space. Stunning, mate. Okay, so let's run into Tesco, grab ourselves some cleaning equipment and some ginger ice cream for my grandma for some reason, whatever. And then yeah, I'll show you this car. And there's clouds coming in, I'm slightly worried about that. I'm hoping that it stays sunny enough that I can show you guys the car in some kind of light.
Just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. I do you do cause I'm feeling so.
I literally have no issue wearing a mask, but my only real redeeming feature is my jawline. I do feel like my mask just completely harasses that. Anyway, I'll see you back at home. Okay, so we are now at home, and apologies, it is getting really dark. So as I said about the weather, it's getting pretty poor. Hopefully it stays non-raining. That's all that matters. If it stays non-raining, then at least we can reveal the paint properly. But before we reveal the paint properly, this is the wing, obviously. It's not currently on the car, so apologies for that. I will take some video with it on the car, but currently we can't get it on because the clamps for it have slightly sheared. So you can see that one there has come off and this one is still there. So I'm not going to put the wing on today, but I will have it on and cleaned, at least just propped up on the car so you can see what it looks like. It's raining.
Just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. I do you do cause I'm feeling so good.
Okay, so I've just cleaned the car. I know I'm bad at car cleaning, so apologies in advance for anyone who gets really triggered by my inability to clean cars properly, and it's in the process of drying right now, but I think I'm quite happy to share it with you. So first of all, let's do a little montage of how the car looks, and then once we've done that, I'll talk you through all the little bits around the car, I suppose.
Baby, I do you do cause I'm feeling so good.
Okay, so yes, I mean, look at the shine of it. It's actually insane. The car is so much shinier than it was before. It just looks way better as one color of green. So if I jump down here for a second, you can see it's all just one green. Like, it's the same green, it's the same green again, same green again. Mate, I am so gassed. And I can even like see my reflection in the car, which it just was not actually physically possible beforehand. And as you come round it, it just carries on getting better and better and better. Genuinely, I'm so happy with how this looks. But there are a couple of particularly important parts. First one being this rear arch here, which is a tiny little bit of bubbling, and now you can see it is all just one nice piece of arch, I suppose. There wasn't a whole new piece that we put on there, it was just body filler and whatever that I believe was done. But yeah, it looks perfectly smooth. If you go along the line of the car as well, matches the line of the car perfectly, which I'm very happy about. And if we jump around this side as well, you will see exactly the same. So this was really bad. This was fully bubbling up all the way up to probably around about here, and yet it is now all one piece. The rust is gone. I'm so happy about that. Just means that when I take a step back over here and I sort of take a little stroll around the car, that area that was previously just a kind of crusty bit is just gone. The whole car looks so much newer. I'm so happy about it. If you remember correctly as well, when you came around this part of the car here, it was all white. There was loads of little white bits along that whole section. No longer the case. And also this roof used to look like it was done by a paint roller, and I think it probably was done with a paint roller, but now it looks just as good as the rest of the car. Now if I zoom in super close to some of the spots, like right here, I don't know if you're able to catch it or pick it up on camera because they are so tiny, but there are a few tiny little white spots. That's not a white spot, that's just water, but there are some very small white spots in some places. Here's a slightly better one for you to be able to see. You literally can't even focus on them. Oh, hang on. Oh, nearly. You can see it wants to focus on it, but it's not quite getting it. But right here and here, you can see two little white spots where that sort of dandruff effect is still kind of there. So there's a couple of those around the car, but I mean, all in all, it does look very good. And paint jobs are one of the more expensive things that you can do to a car. Now, remembering that I paid £1,000 total for this car, I paid £1,100 in order to paint it. So yes, £1,100 in total. Not the absolute end of the world. I thought that was a pretty reasonable price in the end. A couple of other points to note too, down here. So this used to be all sort of body filler from, or not just body filler, but like a whole random bit where the sills have been repaired from rust. All of that is now one color. So it's nice to see the car in one color there. And also come around this section here. Wait, I'm just about to get hit by a car. The same is the case over here as well. As you can see over here is the rear wing, which is currently not on the car. I just simply can't fit it on right now, but as you can see, that's also looking very green. There's a couple of little white spots down here at the front from where it's had some damage in the car, but other than that, I think that's all good. I think we'll probably need to go over those white spots and just make sure that they are green too. And yeah, you can see it changes how the rear of the car looks and the whole sort of profile of the car as well. I mean, I think it's nice without, but I think I prefer it with. I think it just gives that a little bit more aggression. But that is the video. That is a fully painted Mazda MX-5. I didn't do any of the painting, but a massive thank you to Arun for doing it for me. If you guys want to get Arun's number, if you want your car painted or whatever, just hit me up on Instagram in my DMs or whatever, which by the way, I've got loads of DMs, so sorry if I haven't gotten back to you yet, but yeah, just trying to catch up with everything. But yeah, if you want to have his number, I can definitely let you know, and then you can get your car painted maybe. But anyway, a massive thank you to the patrons, a massive thank you to you guys as well for watching. I'll see you in the next one.